was over 302,000. It's the first time it was ever over 300,000. The prior month was only 284,000. Last May, it was only 277,000. So if you own properties in the right area, you're seeing about a 13% increase in the value over what your house was worth just a year ago. Our median prices are even up, and they're actually even significantly higher than what you see in the United States. So Austin, whether we like it or not, is actually becoming an unaffordable city for average income owners and even below average income earners. But what we're seeing is most of the new jobs that are coming into the city are for the significantly above average income earners, and that's why we're seeing our average sales price so high. The total volume in terms of total sales was almost $1 billion this past May, which is 40% higher than May of last year. So volume's up, prices are up. It's really been a phenomenal start of the year for us for sure. We've had our 24th month, 2 straight years of month over month, meaning May 2013 versus May of 2012, volume increases, which is quite phenomenal. You typically don't see up cycles like this, so it's really incredible. Most home sales ever in May, we almost hit 3,000 home sales, which is 29% higher than what we saw last year. So things are really starting to pick up, which is wonderful. Houses, they're not staying on the market very long either, and I'll kind of give you my little joke about what that actually means. Right now they're on the market for about a month and a half, which is absolutely no time at all. We've got about 3 months of inventory in the entire Austin MLS. In some of the in-town areas, we've got, in some cases, less than 1 month of inventory, meaning as soon as a house gets on the market, it flies right back off. Austin Chamber of Commerce, their latest update said that we've got about 150 people who are moving here every single day, which is why it took me and probably you guys about an hour and a half to get here today. Is that about right? So it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. But people are moving here. People are moving to Texas at a significantly, obviously, higher rate. Do you guys know, how many of you guys are new to us, new to Austin Orienting? By raise of hands, please. So those of you who are not new, you heard me tell this joke last week, so you just have to laugh along with me. But those of you that are new, you're just going to have to laugh because that's how I'm setting it up. Okay? So a year ago, how did you sell a house? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, how did you sell a house in the Austin MLS? You took as many pictures as the Austin MLS would allow you to put up online, which is about 24 pictures. You hired someone to write some beautiful flowery description for you in your agent remarks. You've got this beautiful brochure, this color brochure that's full. You put a for sale sign in the front yard. You had a brochure box. You had to buy the URL, 1234 Main Street. You had to advertise in the newspaper. You had to hold the house open on the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays, until your listing expired, and ultimately it probably didn't sell. You had to hire a professional photographer and a videographer. You had to follow up on every single showing and every single person who showed any interest in the house. It was really tough to sell a house even a year ago, even though the market was starting to give a little bit. Now, do you guys know how to sell a house in today's market? Put one picture of the property in the MLS, because that's the minimum that the Austin MLS will allow you to put in. And number 2, put best and final offers due by 5 p.m. Houses are flying off the market. They're flying off the market at an incredible speed. You cannot get into a house and make an offer fast enough for some locations, and people are seeing multiple offers. The buyer psychology has significantly changed from what it was several years ago. Now people have to re-understand buyer psychology and put back into their vernacular the idea of a bidding war, okay? Because that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing houses being bid significantly up, so that's how much the market has changed. And there's no inventory because the market has been on fire for so long, and it's because the builders have not been able to keep up with the demand that we've seen, because all the builders' money is not local, is not Texas-wide, is not nationwide. We saw during our Great Recession that a lot of our money was local. And many home builders really got burned during the Great Recession. Many people got really burned during the Great Recession. So there was a bunch of fear around coming in and starting new housing builds. We're finally starting to make some new housing builds, but just to catch up with the current demand, not let alone future demand, it's going to take us probably anywhere from a year to 3 years. So that puts us on a 3-year upcycle, which is a great time, again, to be in Austin, Texas, and Texas in general.